for an hour no matter what.
All right. Notice this meeting is being held in accordance with the public laws of 1975, Chapter 231. An adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by a notice sent to the Star Ledger, the local source, and posted in the main lobby of the municipal building and on the township website. May I ask the Union County Vice Commander David Penna from American Legion Post 228 to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can I ask everybody to remain standing for a moment of silence for those serving abroad and near? Thank you. And Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Mayor Kaiser.
Present.
Deputy Mayor Weber.
Here.
Committeeman Capadis is absent. Committeewoman Du Bois. Here. Committeeman Huber.
Present.
All right. All being here, let's start with announcements. No proclamations tonight. That will all be at our April 26th meeting. I think we have at least 4 as of right now. So be excited for that. But Egg Hunt and the Kite Fly Fest is Saturday, April 16th at Chisholm Park. It goes from 2 to 4 p.m. There's egg hunts for anyone under 6, and over 6 begins at 2:15. Bring baskets, bring kites to fly. There's a DJ playing music. There'll be an inflatable corn maze. It's an interesting one for Easter. And free sand and art necklaces and a lot more. That is all thanks to Mike Scalera and the bid. They do a lot of work on that, and they are always there. You think, carrot.
You're not going to wait till 2:15 to go for eggs? I'm over.
If you're over 6, how this is written, under 6 and over 6 begin at 2:15. Okay, so everybody starts at 2:15. Am I correct? Okay. All right. Well, I will be there. I'm going to announce the appointment of Mr. John Prescott to the Board of Health. He is serving the remaining term of David Pilmenstein, who his term expires on December 31st, 2024. So not only do we thank David Pilmenstein for his time on the board, which was actually served a number of years as vice chairman of the Board of Health, but John Prescott is another amazing volunteer in town and will fill that remainder of the appointment. So thank you, John, for stepping up, and thank you, Dave, for your service. And with that being said, we'll move on to the Springfield Community Partnership presentation of the budget. You're all ready. We're rolling through this. So Mike Scalera and Beth Lippman, please step on up for your time. This is the second time we're hearing. This is the final adoption you introduced a few weeks ago, and we got the broad strokes. So take it away, Mike and Beth.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
do we have to open this first?
Yes, motion to open public hearing.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to open public hearing.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. Now, Mike and Beth, you can take it away.
Mike, make sure you pull that mic down and speak directly into it, please. Thank you.
Okay, are you implying I'm a little shorter?
Me?
Anyway, so you'll see that the final budget, 2022, and that's the one that you pass, and the one, it's not the detailed budget, but it's the one that just has the categories, and it's the one that gets published. And the reason for that is because under each category, if we want to switch some monies around, like within, say, office operations, instead of maybe insurance costs a little more and we have to take it from office miscellaneous, we can do that without coming back to the town council. So anyway, bid assessments we estimate to be $285,067.87. The interest income, $600. Prior year unexpended funds is $413,933.67. And that's because that money is going to be used to do our streetscape project on Mountain Avenue to complete it this year, hopefully. And so total income is $699,601.54. Administrative services, $50,000. Professional services, $11,800. That includes, in case we need an attorney, our accountant, which does our audit and our taxes, and any consultant that we think we might need to hire along the way. Office operations, insurance, telephone, office miscellaneous dues, subscriptions. Visual improvement is maintenance. The sidewalks that we've done, we still have to maintain them. We have to maintain the poles that are put up. Very often they get hit by cars, and we have to replace them. Also, we do the plantings along Mountain Avenue as well. Public streetscapes will be doing the Mountain Avenue sidewalks, the rest of it, finishing it up hopefully this year. Debt service payment to the town for the bond that we took. Redevelopment, in case we're going to do a redevelopment luncheon if there's any other thing. When we first started, we actually hired the attorney. So if there's anything having to do with redevelopment, that'll be in that category. Any contract services, which includes the designer for the streetscape for this year, who did the concept plans, the construction plans, and will manage the project. And visual improvement grants, which we've been trying to do or like to do to get out there. Maybe it's for signage for the different stores or some facade improvements they want to do. So that's what we're working on.
So you see, on the visual improvement, it's probably the majority of our cost. Obviously, we have the streetscape, which was a big idea in regards to the bid, in regards to making sure with the locations where the businesses were located was beautified. So the streetscape was a major cost of the bid. Obviously, we have a $700,000 bond that we pay back for that. But again, it's between the streetscape, and that's our main cost in regards to the visual improvement.
And you'll see prior year unexpended funds goes down to the visual improvement category.
Just one more thing. Like I said, we are intending on having additions to the streetscape, so we're not going to get a bond on that. We're looking just to pay cash in regards to that. So that's the majority of that's going.
That's a change from last time. So.
Well, last time we wanted to really do most of it, and so in order to do that, it was about $700,000. We didn't have it in our budget to do, so we said let's just get it done and pay it off, get a bond.
Yeah. And then we added on to a section now. We're going to complete it, so we figured we had the funds right there to complete that, without doing the bond again.
Yeah, we basically saved our money for that to
Correct.
go forward. And so contingency funds is $5,801.54. That goes to anything we may need without, any unforeseen. Oh, I think I skipped marketing. Marketing is $174,000. That's a big part of our budget. We do spend a lot of money marketing our businesses. Our goal is to help drive businesses and to help our businesses once we drive people in the door of what they should be doing, whether it's being online or providing, developing a database, providing comeback coupons, whatever it might be. We work with them when they come in.
And again, with like our biggest marketing event was the coupons, the gift certificates. And again, we probably put $20,000-$30,000 just last year into that. Me too. But again, it was a great place to really have people come and support the businesses.
We just need to talk to Erica.
So yeah, marketing is key because then now the businesses they do get gain from it. Again, it's just marketing them, getting people locally to support the local businesses without a lot of money coming out of their pockets. So we subsidize a lot of the marketing programs for them to benefit for them.
We're doing a salon palooza program now, so all the salons and the whole list of salons in town signed on for this, and they're thrilled we're doing this. And it's going to be like we do the fitness crawl, where you can in 1 week, go from different places and try it out. Same thing with the salons. Each salon's going to offer something different. You can go in, see if there's someone you like there, try it out, and try the services out. So it's a good way to get people exposed to them. And we have a new one coming in, actually. And so our total expenditures are $699,601.54, which matches our total income.
Thank you so much for once again running through the budget.
Thank you for another presentation.
Heard a few weeks ago. I think you answered some of our questions, I think, last time, but anyone else up here?
No, I'm not.
No, nothing different from last time.
No, nothing.
Okay. That being said, we will open, all for public comment. So that could be anybody from the public who's sitting with us tonight, or if you're at home and wish to participate and ask Beth and Mike any questions, the phone number here is 973-232-4442. That number again is 973-232-4442. Seeing no one calling, seeing no one stepping up, I think I will ask for a motion to close the public comment portion of this meeting.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it. So, thank you, Beth and Mike. You can take a
Thank
seat.
you again for all your support, too, and everything.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
it.
for all your
See you
work.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Resolution. So, Madam Clerk, will you read the...
Resolution 2022-114. This resolution adopts the 2022 budget for the Springfield Community Partnership.
I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 2022-114 as read by Madam Clerk.
I will second it.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser.
Yes. So, we have funded the bid for another year.
What was our first bid when we started the bid? What was it? How much? Yeah, but how much was it? Do you remember how much it was? Yeah, at that time. Was it really? Okay. I know starting up, when we started up. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So we will now move on to public comment for agenda items only. So anyone wishing to address the committee on any of the agenda items, you can step on up, or you can call us at 973-232-4442. I'll give everybody a moment. Seeing none in the audience, seeing nobody's calling, I will close the public comment portion for agenda items only, and we will move on to reports. Mr. Administrator, take it away.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. From our DPW department, vegetative waste continues to be picked up. It ends at the end of this month. If you miss it, then you have to take it up to the pool at 44 Morrison Road. Don't forget the ban on plastic bags goes into effect on May 1st. If you put it out, you will get a sticker attached to it. So try to remember that, please. Spring activity, we're now cleaning up all the ballparks, cutting all the grass, doing maintenance on the field, street sweeping, tree removal, and road repairs have started. We also have our specs for the DPW building that was destroyed in the last flood are advertised tomorrow, April 13th. The bid opening is the 27th. I wanted to touch on the Short Hills Avenue Bridge. I know someone had asked about that. I talked to the county actually today. They're looking at opening that bridge by mid-May. It may be sooner, and I will give an update at the next meeting. Right now, the culvert structure, the concrete wing walls, the parapet have all been installed. So they're rounding the bend. They're pretty much done with it, so they're in good shape. They've done a good job on getting that to this point. Our building department continues to be very busy with permits and applications for building. Zoning also has been very busy, so people are still continuing to invest in their homes in Springfield, which is a great sign. On our Redevelopment, I wanted to touch on a few things. Saks came in today for the final permits for the last 2 buildings, and in the next 6 weeks, we should actually start to see steel going up on the apartment building. So they're moving along very well. We had a meeting on Monday on the Larkin building, which is on the corner of Church Mall and Morris Avenue, for the signage. What we were trying to attempt there is to start getting some continuity, because as we start to see redevelopment going in downtown, we're trying to avoid a mishmash. We want to try to see some continuity. So I think we're going to see a nice package there of signage, awnings on that building, and the awnings will all match on the entire building. So we're doing well there. The Gomes building, if anybody has looked, continues to make progress. Not the Caldwell side. The Caldwell side now has got, the decking has been done. On the Center Street side, if you look, you see much more steel. So they're going down Center Street now. So that building continues to get progress done on it. I wanted to touch also on flow rights, because that was a conversation that was brought up. We're in the middle of negotiation. I'm just waiting for paperwork on flow rights that we'll bring to you. We're going to buy 3 more MGD, which should help us with all of the redevelopment, should ensure that we've got enough flow rights. And again, that will be funded by the connection fees that we put in place. So it doesn't come out of our money of general revenue. It's been set aside. Diane's got that in a separate account, and that will pay for the flow rights. I also wanted to touch on tree permits. We've collected about $14,000 in tree permits, which is something we did not have in the past.
Since we updated that.
This pays for replanting trees. But I think the bigger picture here that I think everybody needs to understand and hopefully appreciate, what this does is it forces the contractors, they have to have insurance and they have to be licensed. That's huge because it protects the homeowner. If he damages somebody's property, God forbid somebody gets hurt, he's got to have insurance. We've turned down several. We've caught probably a half a dozen operating without getting a permit. They've been fined and taken to court. So this is an advantage to the residents. It's not all about just collecting the money. It's really protecting the homeowners. So that's actually worked out very well. One thing, Mr. Mayor, that you and I discussed, and I'd like to just bring up again and kind of a gentle reminder, a grants committee, because the bid just brought up about looking for grants. If we can get some volunteers to help us, we've got a portal to look at for grants. We just need some help in filling out all the paperwork and trying to apply for some of these.
In that portal you're speaking of, there are grants for everything?
Yes.
Okay, because I've been in talks with Summit Y for some ideas to do some, since we're coming out of COVID, and I'd like to do some healthy initiatives, and we have some ideas kicking around. They're willing to help me with the grant writing, but I just need to know where I need to get.
We've got a portal that we can go in and look.
All right.
Millennium,
Next week, can we get together and?
come and see me.
All right, good, perfect.
I'll give you the password and everything to get in. You can go in and poke
1, 2,
around.
3, 4, 5.
You don't tell me to come in and see you when I'm off.
You just come in when you're off anyhow. I don't invite you. You just show up. We're always happy to see you, Mr. Huber. That's about all that's gone on at the moment. If there are any questions or comments or anything further.
Do.
Yes, Mr. Weber.
Ban on plastic bags.
Wait. Hold on. This runs through the mayor, this meeting. This runs through the mayor. Hold on. We will get to the deputy mayor in a minute. Did I miss, can you just brief us on the bridge?
Yes. The bridge on Short Hills Ave.
Short Hills Ave.
Yes, is rounding the bend. We're almost done. Right now, the county is projecting that to be done no later than the middle of May. It may be done sooner, and what I'd like to do is provide an update at our April 26th meeting.
Perfect.
That may actually be sooner. And if you're interested, I don't want to bore you with the details, but I actually do have all the items that have been completed.
Yeah,
it was a
please.
huge project.
I'm sure.
And they've actually, they're probably 90% done. So they're actually in very good shape. And you had mentioned about the footbridge.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen only because they're just about finished. There's no sense. I spoke to the county today. They're not going to go with the footbridge. They're planning on just opening it back up.
That's perfect.
Yep.
And then also just on your, the flow rights, those are in perpetuity, right? We have those
Yes.
forever.
Yes.
Just to drive that home.
Yes.
That's not a one-time thing. We get those 100,000 for good.
Now, I don't know if we want to discuss, but I know Mr. Furchi was very concerned about cost. We've done very well on these three. So I will bring that to you as soon as I get the go-ahead from the other town that they've approved it. Then you guys have to look at it, and if you're in agreement, approve it, and then we're good to go.
Now, the
Plastic
chair
bag.
recognizes the deputy
Plastic
mayor.
bags, yes, sir.
Plastic bag ban, you said about a sticker.
Yes.
How deep is this bag ban going? Are we, for bulk collection too, like?
Now, this is if you put garbage out or recycle and there's plastic bags in it, they will not take it. You're going to get a sticker on there, and they're going to leave it.
Yeah, but in the can, it could be a plastic bag, am I correct?
You could put cans in the plastic, in your bag, yes, plastic
No.
bags in
Plastic
garbage.
cans.
Yeah, but recycling, you cannot put any plastic bags out. Don't bag anything, don't stick anything in. If they see it, you're gonna get the sticker and they're gonna leave it. Yeah, but now it's as of May 1st, it's in effect.
Right, but do you know if on bulk day, if you take a black plastic bag and put out waste?
That's not recycle, so I will check that with Mr. Betcher.
I think it's the recycling, because the plastic bags jam
It's
up.
recycling, it jams up the machines.
Yeah, because the plastic bags jam up.
I understand it's just the recycling from what I understand.
Yes, now I will check with Mr. Betcher tonight, and we'll have an answer before this meeting is over.
I'm going to talk to you about my favorite subject. Are you done? Sorry.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
I guess.
How's the pool coming?
Looking good.
Tomorrow I'm off, I will take a ride over there. I want to see the bottom of the pool, make sure my feet don't get cut when I walk on it.
Again, to go over this, again, we've got a contractor already with a PO in his hand. He's going to come out, the pool will be scraped, and will all be repainted, which is what we've done before. That eliminates all the flaking on the bottom of the pool.
I just want to make sure.
Yes, it's in the process.
All right.
Are there any other questions?
No, you've
Seeing none?
you have
Very
answered
much.
mine. All right, thank you, Mr. Administrator. We have no other reports at this time.
Nothing.
So, and we don't have any minutes or reports after that, so we will move on to new business. No second readings for ordinances, but we do have a couple first readings. So, Madam Clerk?
Ordinance 2022-09. This ordinance is to establish a cap bank for the calendar year 2022 pursuant to NJSA 48:4-15.14.
I will make a motion to adopt ordinance 2022-09 as read by Madam Clerk, publicized in the local source April 14th, 2022, with final hearing on April 26th, 2022.
Do I have a
I
second?
second.
All right. Discussion? Any discussion up here? No, this is a pretty
Yeah, cut and dry.
cut and dry yearly ordinance, so I will ask for a roll call.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Okay. Ordinance 2022-10. This ordinance amends the existing ordinances governing certain employment positions and establishes salary ranges for positions within the Township of Springfield.
I will make a motion to adopt ordinance 2022-10 as read by Madam Clerk and publicized in a local source April 21st, 2022, with final hearing on May 10th, 2022.
Second.
All right. Any discussion up here?
No, we discussed that last time. Didn't we discuss it last meeting? We discussed it.
We have not. This is
No,
the
not this
first introduction.
We just, the other ordinance for the, this is salary range and stuff.
Yeah, I'll discuss it.
What's that one?
I mean, listen, this is setting ranges, which is something that is commonly done in every township and city across America. It is updating certain ranges of certain positions, and that's all it's doing. It's not specifying anything else but that.
Okay. I will make a motion, or can I ask for a roll call vote, seeing no other further discussion from the committee?
Sure. Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser.
Yes. All right, we will move on to our next ordinance.
Ordinance 2022-11. This ordinance adds rules and regulations to the Township Code regarding billboards within the township.
I make a motion to adopt ordinance 2022-11 as read by Madam Clerk. With
Second.
publication, hold on, man. With publication in a local source, April 21st, 2022, with a final hearing on May 2nd, 2022.
Okay.
Second it.
May 10th.
May 10th, sorry.
With that, I'm going to ask Mr. Dowd, our township attorney, to kind of run through. A lot of work was put in behind this ordinance, a lot of discussion and internal workings to make sure that we were not inundated with billboards across the town. So, Mr. Dowd, kind of give an overview.
So this was this ordinance was kind of a while in the making, and my office, in conjunction with our consulting engineer, Mr. Disco, and our planner, Harbor Consultants, as well as the business administrator and some other township officials, tried to put together a more comprehensive ordinance governing billboards and distinguishing billboards from other types of signs to help bolster the ordinance, the township code as it relates to signs and make it clearer for the public, for businesses, and for anyone else, what's permitted, what's not permitted, and how. Basically, this establishes a narrow ribbon on the southern side of eastbound 78 in two zones, the GC zone, the general commercial zone, and the I-20, the industrial zone. So basically bounded on the west where Morris Avenue goes under 78, and bounded on the east where Springfield Avenue approaches 78. And so there are basically two different types of billboards, digital billboards and what are called static billboards, which are non-digital billboards. So for digital billboards, there can only be one every 3,000 feet within that area. There has to be at least 3,000 feet of separation. And then for static billboards, it's 1,000 feet. So 1,000 feet between static billboards and/or at least 1,000 feet between a static billboard and a digital billboard. And that's all, by the way, that's governed by, because this is a state highway, it's governed by DOT regulations as well. And what I just described to you is consistent with those regulations. There are some other requirements as it relates to height and distance, whether there's a sound wall or not helps dictate in some areas whether it can be slightly higher than where there is no sound wall. There are also, in addition to just being located within those two zones, there's a 250-foot buffer from any residential zone. And because of the height restrictions, it also, in essence, kind of forces, for purposes of citing such billboards, kind of forces them to be pretty close to 78. So you're not going to get anything really beyond that. And they have to, and by the way, they have to face 78, eastbound 78. They can't face the other way. So that is it in a nutshell. There's a lot more detail within there. 1,000 square feet is the size. So you have in essence, if it's a standard dimensioned billboard, it's 20 feet by 50 feet, which is that standard highway billboard size that you see.
I appreciate all your work on this. With all the development going on around the county, it's good. Thank you for being so proactive with this, because obviously it's better to be proactive than reactive with all this. And I'm glad that this is done. Looks like there was a lot of work in this.
There's certainly a lot of work, and I know it took the administration a lot of time going back and forth to make sure that it was right, and that we aren't overrun. With that being said, do I see any other further discussion up here by the council? None. Okay, so I will ask for a roll call vote.
Did we make a motion to adopt?
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
Sorry. Committeewoman Du Bois,
Yes.
Committeeman Huber,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber,
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser.
Yes.
Mr. Mayor, before you move on, bulk pickup is not included in the ban on plastic bag. Mr. Betcher just sent me a note on that. It only is for recycle.
It's the machine.
Only for recycling.
Good. All right, that's good news. All right, so because I got drunk with power up here and I decided to just appoint Mr. John Prescott myself, unfortunately, that wasn't a mayor's appointment, unlike some boards. It's actually the council appointment. So may I ask the council to please make a motion to appoint Mr. John Prescott to the Board of Health?
I make a motion to appoint John Prescott to the Board of Health to fill the term of Dave Pilmenstein expiring December 31st, 2024.
I'll second it.
Okay, having a first and second,
All in favor?
Aye.
and the ayes have it.
Welcome, John.
Okay, so we will move on to resolutions. The following resolutions will be passed using a consent agenda. If you would like any of the resolutions pulled, please let me know. So I'll run through them really quick. Resolution 2022-115, pulling that one. Resolution 2022-116. Resolution 2022-117. Resolution 2022-118. Resolution 2022-119. Resolution 2022-120. 2022-121, 2022-122, 2022-123, 2022-124, 2022-125, 2022-126, 2022-127. I'm going to pull that. Resolution 2022-128. Resolution 2022-129.
Okay.
All right,
Do I have a motion?
a motion to accept resolution 2022-115.
Pulling that.
Just pulling that.
So 116, 117, 118, 19, 20, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 126, 128, 129.
I'll second.
Okay. Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Resolution 2022-115. This resolution introduces and approves the proposed 2022 budget for the Township of Springfield and provides for public hearing and final adoption thereof.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Motion to adopt Resolution 2022-115 as read by Madam Clerk.
Do I have a second?
I will second.
Okay, so this is, we're proposing our 2022 budget at this time. In the coming days, we will announce our public hearing schedule. There'll be at least 2 different dates and times for the public to provide input before our final adoption. Myself, Deputy Mayor Weber, who also serves on the committee, along with our brilliant CFO, will present
Don't lift that hard, John.
our proposed 2022 budget at a few times, and those dates will be on our website and social media in the coming days once we determine, once we finalize our schedule.
We'll also go over the seniors at a senior meeting, Mike.
Well, we usually do one during the day, so that
Try and go over there.
so the seniors. Yeah, hey, I'm
I'll make sure they get notified on everything.
I routinely go to the senior meetings and do hang out. So,
Yeah, if anybody at home is watching this, there's going to be 3 presentations on this?
3. One will be a regular scheduled committee hearing. 2 will be at another time, date and time.
A lot of people out there have a lot of things to say on different forms and so on. Now's your chance to come and address the budget if you're so interested to it.
Okay, so with that being said, can I have a roll call?
Yes. Deputy Mayor Weber?
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois? Yes. Committeeman Huber?
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 2022-127. This resolution authorizes an addendum to the township license agreement with Remarkable Foods for the use of certain township parking facilities on a temporary basis.
Do we have a motion?
Motion to accept, read by Madam Clerk, 2022-127.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, I just pulled this, I have a connection, I think I abstained last time, while I'm happy to have made the connection and bring in the additional funds that this does by renting out a portion of our pool parking lot. I will abstain from the vote, so can I have a roll call?
Yes. Committeeman Huber.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois.
Yes.
All right. With that being said, discussion and action items.
Oh, sorry.
No, please, you just jumped the gun a little bit, but can I have a motion?
I make a motion to adopt a request from First Presbyterian Church of Springfield to waive inspection permit fees for backflow valve upgrade in historic church building at 37 Church Mall in the amount of $100, and also for backflow valve upgrade in historic church building at 210 Morris Ave in the amount of $100.
Second.
Okay, Committeewoman Du Bois.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser.
Yes. And now, it's the time that we get to pay some bills. Deputy Mayor.
All right, let's make a motion to adopt payroll and invoices for the period of March 23rd through April 12th, 2022, in the amount of $9,114,220.91.
I will second.
Roll call.
Deputy Mayor Weber.
Yes.
Committeewoman Du Bois.
Yes.
Committeeman Huber.
Yes.
Mayor Kaiser.
Yes. We have no correspondence. I know you're all disappointed for that fun extra reading that we sometimes get from other towns, but not this time. Before we open it up to public comment, I just want two more points that I thought I'd wait till the end. First, I think I speak for everybody up here. Our thoughts and prayers are, of course, with the victims today for the horrible attack in New York City. Just a horrible tragedy on people's way to work, and it's unimaginable. But, for the 10 who perished and the others who are injured, there's not enough good thoughts that we can send you and your families during this horrible time. I know they haven't found the perpetrator as of yet, at least not when I arrived. So we hope for a quick apprehension in that. Second, on a happier note, the Environmental Commission this past weekend did a phenomenal job once again with a community cleanup. I had the pleasure of hanging out in Laurel Park for several hours. I think there was around 70 volunteers town-wide that we focused on 3 parks this time, partly due to the county. The county helped out and cleaned Washington and Alvin the week prior. So that was in pretty good condition, even when I went originally over there to help there, but it was in pristine condition, and I quickly switched to Laurel, where there was countless volunteers, and we dragged out a lot of trash. While it's awesome that all these volunteers pitched in, and it's not everybody's fault, but we have to do a better job of cleaning up after ourselves. The amount of plastic out there, single-use bottles, cans, plastic shopping bags, all that with littering our waterways, littering our forests, it's very upsetting. Now, they do this Environmental Commission, those volunteers work hard in April because it's Earth Day. And you know what? Thankfully for a lot of young people who pitched in to help, I think we got a little cleaner. People, it's not just plastic bottles and cans, though. It's people dumping construction equipment, building material, tires. I can't imagine how many tires. I brought one out, and then the Millers were dragging out a bunch, and that was just at Laurel. I know Smithfield also had the same thing. People have to do a better job. We all live on this planet together. So take care of it. Don't just dump it in a forest. It's not out of sight, out of mind. Take it to a responsible dumping facility and get rid of it, because that all harms us and all do it. But thank you to the volunteers. Thanks to the Environmental Commission. There was a lot of photos out there, and I'm sure that'll be put in next month's Patriot.
Speaking of volunteers, I want to thank the baseball and softball organizations this weekend for the parade on Saturday, even though Mother Nature really didn't want us to have a parade on Saturday.
We made it.
It was pushed back a few times. However, it did go off, and the kids had a great time. And as somebody who has volunteered with youth sports for, I hate to date myself with this comment, but for well over a decade now, I know how much work goes into all of these events. And to be a part of it, to go back through it with my younger one after my older one is phasing out of it a little bit. I just really do appreciate the parents who spend their time working on these projects and these events in all of the sports. I mean, I'm involved with basketball, I was involved with soccer, and I'm really involved with softball now, but I know the lacrosse program is expanding. Softball's membership has gone up, I think, 50% over the last 2 years. When my older one played, there were 4 girls her age playing. When my younger one's playing, there's like 40 girls her age playing. So to see, that's why people want to live here, the opportunities they have for their kids. Not everybody plays sports, obviously, but the arts programs at the schools are tremendous, and the athletics programs and the opportunities through the rec department, and all of those things mean a lot to families with children, and it's oftentimes a thankless job, and I want to thank all those people because it was really a great weekend. And funny thing was, my little one who's 9 asked me randomly this weekend before she went to bed one night, "Hey Mom, do the coaches and stuff get paid for the stuff they do for us in the sports?" And I said, "No, it's called volunteering." She goes, "Wow." She goes, "Because we wouldn't be able to do it without them." And then she went to bed. So it was really cute, like, to hear that from a kid, for them to put that together. And I do appreciate it because coming back the next day on Sunday, we had 10 games at Chisholm. We had 2 games on Saturday and then 8 games on Sunday. So it's nice to see our fields being used. So thank you to the DPW for always getting those ready. And it's great to see all the volunteers because without them, obviously, like my 9-year-old said, we wouldn't have these opportunities. So thanks to anybody who's watching that put all those events together. It is appreciated by the kids and the parents as well.
All right. Thank you for that.
I just want to go back to what you were talking about, Saturday.
You were the one that dumped the tires?
Well, that's what I want to go with.
Confession.
John, can you, just so people don't think that it doesn't go unnoticed or unpunished, can you tell us what has happened with the last few people that we've caught with?
Yeah, we had a couple of incidents where people were actually cutting trees down, taking them to our property and dumping them. We caught them and we took them to court, and they're fined. They get fined. They're not allowed to continue to work in town. So anytime you get caught, it's very interesting that a lot of this stuff goes on the weekends, but there are always eyes watching, and you will get caught. So I would urge people not to do it.
Thank you.
No, it's certainly. We're seeing none. Okay, so we will move on to the favorite part of the night, the public comment portion on any governmental issue. Anyone can address us. So, seeing one person step on up, sir, please step on up, but let me just put this back on the hook and read my message. If you are at home, you can also participate by calling 973-232-4442. But, sir, please state your name and address for the record.
Gerald Zara. I own a building at 110 Hillside Ave on the corner of South Springfield Ave, across street from the gas station. Good evening, everyone, Mayor and Council.
Thank you.
On that corner, I'm sure a lot of you know, there's a ton of accidents there, and the accidents are bad. In the past year, there were 2 instances, and I have them on film because I have 8 cameras on that building if ever you want to see it. There was one incident where a car came through the lot, took down the sign that shows the hand that it's okay to cross, green, red, whatever, took that down, went through my parking lot, through the fence, onto the lawn of my neighbor. Wow. That was one incident. A second time, maybe a month or two, someone came through, took out part of the telephone pole. So they kind of got in between that telephone pole and that other sign that was taken down during the year. So the point I'm getting at is there's a bus stop on that corner. That bus stop has a 4-foot sidewalk. That's it. That's the width of the sidewalk. After the sidewalk, it's my property. On the other side of the sidewalk, you have a 6-inch curb. It's an accident waiting to happen. Someone's going to die there if that bus stop does not get moved. The only other alternative is for the people to stay on my property. I don't want that, okay? I don't want the litter. I don't want the garbage that's left there. I know people say that I could call the police. I wouldn't do that because in this sick world, there's so much anti-police people out there. I don't want to put a burden on them to have to come to my lot and deal with such nonsense as they have families to go to. I understand it's a county road, okay? I've talked to other municipalities about this, of what they do and how they allow buses to come through their town. And what I've been told is that bus stops are determined somehow in conjunction with you guys and with the county, and you come to a meeting of the minds, and you represent the taxpayers if there's a problem. There's definitely a problem there, and I really wish that, you guys could move that.
Well, thank you for that. Well, I know, so I know a little bit. It's in conjunction of the township and New Jersey Transit. So we don't have final say over where they are. It's in conjunction with New Jersey Transit. But we can certainly start a dialogue with New Jersey Transit, explain the situation as you did well tonight, and begin that dialogue. I'm not going to say it's any time. It's probably not a quick turnaround, but we can certainly start that dialogue and see what New Jersey Transit has to say. They'll probably maybe want to come out and explore a little bit. And further investigate, but I do get what you're saying, and we do hear you, and we can start a dialogue. John has a very good relationship
Started tomorrow.
with the liaison, and I will certainly follow through with my connection.
Can I ask you another question? I was told, and it's in the town I live in, that every 2 years New Jersey Transit asked our mayor and council if they could take their buses through town, and their answer is always no. So, I mean, you guys talk about all this litter and all this garbage and everything, in your town, you clean up your tires and this and that. Maybe if buses just went up Route 22, you might not have some of those problems.
Maybe. But I think to us, I think the busing is integral to our way of life. I think a lot of people, especially down Mountain, take it specifically for direct to New York City. Okay. And to Newark for that matter, a number. So I think Springfield kind of lives and dies with the busing, especially because we don't have our own specific train station like Millburn does. So I think a lot of our
I just never see no town residents at the bus stop.
Really?
Really?
No.
I take it.
At my corner? At that corner? Oh,
Maybe not that.
Mountain Avenue. When I take the bus, I take it on Mountain Avenue.
okay.
I mean, there is a lot of people, I don't mean to interrupt you, Mayor.
No.
There's a lot of people that take it all the way up Mountain Avenue. Okay. People that do. I agree with you, it's a dangerous corner.
It's 4 feet. It's 4 feet and then there's street. So someone's either, New Jersey Transit saying is that 4 feet is safe, or, we're going to take over your property. And I mean, then we're socialists.
No. I think we certainly hear where you're coming from, and that is a tight corner, and they might buses might also have issues. So because it's a short stop right after a light. But we're certainly
Try to have you something for the next meeting.
Yeah,
Should I check in a month, 2 months, 3 months?
You can certainly feel free to grab my email off the thing and correspond right after this meeting.
Okay.
This is not something that's been ignored. You're literally the first person to bring up the bus stop issue over there, so
Yeah.
we're glad.
I've been here for 5 years, and you're the first time,
Yeah,
so I appreciate you bringing it to our attention so we can look into it.
No problem. Thank you so much, Council. Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Thank you.
Happy Easter, everyone.
You too.
You too.
Have a good night. Nice to meet you.
We talked to you before.
What are you doing back?
Just really quick, just more of an announcement. As you know, on May 1st, we're having our food truck event, and we just want to thank you guys for all the involvement, for making it run as smooth as possible. It's really going to be a fantastic event, and again, I just want to hand it over to Hope really quick.
Thank you, Hope.
I just really have to thank the township, the attorney for working so hard with me on this lease agreement. I know it wasn't easy. I am so excited.
I'm excited because I was there last year.
Yeah, last year.
I'm hungry already.
We are right on course with all the requirements. All the accords were filed today. We have 18 food trucks coming this year. We have a beer and wine garden this year.
You had a big crowd last year, and that was during the pandemic, so I was impressed.
We have 5 food trucks from last year that are returning. And we
And
have
13 new ones?
The balance are all brand new. And on top of all that, I managed to get a Glock kosher food truck this year.
Oh, you were able to get, I saw the conversation. That's awesome.
Yeah, so that's all booked. We have made this event super, super, super local. Our vendors are Springfield crafters. We have invited the PTSO. We have invited the lacrosse team, first aid squad, and who else? Somebody else. So every vendor most of the vendors that'll be there in addition to the food trucks are Springfield residents. So we're excited. I just wanted to make sure you had no questions from us.
No, I'm excited. You did amazing last year.
Half the job you did last year.
Amazing last year. I'm sure it's better this year.
And this is Rotary in the senior
Rotary
class?
is it's strictly presented by Rotary. However, because of the help that we're getting through volunteerism, we will earmark money for the rec center. So a portion of the money will go to my seniors at the senior center. A portion of money will be going toward after-school programs.
Awesome.
Scholarships, additional scholarships from the 4 scholarships that Rotary already gives. We are hoping to bring it up to an additional 4 for volunteerism, and I get to pick those. And, you know, we take a lot of this money during the year that we make, and we give it back. You know, we do a dictionary program. We provide at least 20 Thanksgiving dinners. All that money is really coming back.
Why don't you remind everybody how much you actually raised last year? Because it was pretty, I know you don't like talking about it, but it was a significant number. Go ahead.
Last year, we brought in $25,000.
Wow.
Just on a food truck.
And our biggest event prior to that was probably about 12 or 13.
Right.
That's incredible. Good. You guys are awesome. That's
But my
great.
goal for this year is...
Oh, we're going big.
They're
We're going big.
going to go home.
Again, with the COVID thing last year, we had the lines just to get
I
into
think
it.
that was the first time anybody could get out of the house.
Line was almost a mountain.
Yeah, it was
I was-
correct.
You know,
It took
But
it took a long time to get in.
Yes.
that won't happen this year.
No, I think
But if any of you have any questions or concerns, my poster is out in the lobby. Feel
No
free to-
concerns. Just grateful to you guys for putting it on.
thank you.
and I see you started posting all the food trucks, right? Every day of
Individually, yes.
2 a day.
2 day.
I'm sorry I didn't see, but is rain or shine?
Rain or shine.
Rain or shine.
And I'll give you guys a preview of Saturday's post. We have Angry Archie's coming this year, which is a lobster and seafood truck.
Oh, that's good.
So the food trucks were much easier to get to this year because when you call them and you say we had 2,000 plus
Yeah.
people, would you like to attend? So we have a really great group of trucks coming, and like I said, with the support of you and the support of Rotary, we would love to make this a yearly event.
Definitely.
And I just also want to thank Chief Cook for his involvement in getting us some of the permits that we were looking at. And Linda, thank you, Linda, too, also for.
I didn't mention your name tonight, Linda, I just want you to know.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
Anybody else seeking to speak to the council can address us now, or I'll give the number one more time. If you're at home, you could call 973-232-4442. Seeing no one calling in, seeing no one in the audience, I will close the public comment portion of the meeting. Now, can I get a motion for an executive session now? I'll read it, yeah.
Resolution 41222, whereas Article 6 of the Open Public Meetings Act provides that a public body may hold a closed session, and whereas the Township Committee will, during this meeting, enter into discussion of the following matters. Matters covered by attorney-client privilege and personnel, whereas the matters to be discussed in closed session are to remain in the strictest of confidence by all Township Committee members in furtherance of their fiduciary duties to the Township. Now, therefore, be it resolved, matters discussed at this meeting will be released to the public when the reasons for discussing and acting upon them in closed session no longer exist.
Hey, can I have a motion?
Motion to accept, Madam Clerk?
Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
The ayes carry. We will not be coming back and taking any action, right?
We'll be coming back, but no
But we know, yeah. All right.
Yes, sir.